This evening, opposition leader sounds off on results of CCJ ruling. Family of fugitive wishes to clear relative's name. Minibus drivers call the cops on their union's leaders. In the region, Tobago House of Assembly Secretary presents $4.8 billion budget. And internationally, bank closure in India leaves thousands of sex workers without financing options.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Tuesday, June the 26th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. An accident on the west coast of Demerara claimed the lives of two brothers. Esther Sobers brings us the details in this report.
A fatal accident on the Danamsel Public Road, West Coast, Demerara, has claimed the lives of two brothers. 28-year-old Sherman West, 19-year-old and Shanal Ali, both of Lot 8 Fellowship, West Coast, Demerara, were killed after being struck by two minibuses around 11:20 this morning. According to police, minibus BVV 8882 stopped at the side of the road to put off passengers. West and Allen were riding a bicycle when they both overtook the bus. While West was in the process of passing the bus, it suddenly drove off and its rear side front collided with the left side handlebar of the bicycle. This threw the men off the bicycle, who were immediately struck by another minibus, BVV 7042, which was proceeding in the opposite direction. They were taken to the West Demerara Regional Hospital in an unconscious state by the police, but were pronounced dead on arrival. Police have confirmed that the two minibus drivers, who were presently in police custody, were tested and found to have no alcohol in their systems. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The Caribbean Court of Justice has announced its ruling in Government of Guyana versus Cedric Richardson, more commonly known as the third-term case. Wendell Jeffrey tells us of the opposition leader's response in this report.
I'm giving you when I became bored with the things that you had to do. I believe we waste a lot of time in government on form.
Today, the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, ruled that a person in Guyana can only serve 2 terms as the president. It was long rumored that former President Barra Jagdeo was the engine and financier behind the challenge because he wanted to benefit from it. However, today at a hastily called press conference at his office, Jagdeo said that he is not fazed by the CCJ's ruling against the presidential third term because he never wanted to be president again. And furthermore, he had even stopped liking some of his functions as the president.
At which point in your life did you come to this conclusion, damn it, why am I the president?
Right. It was not disdain. It was a dislike for certain things in the presidency.
Jagdeo said that he got fed up with the long speeches, the cutting of ribbons, and the accrediting of foreign ambassadors.
Let me give you a couple of examples. So, accrediting ambassadors, for example, used to be a 2-hour affair. You go, you read a speech, the people line up, the ambassadors read a speech, which would take a long time.
He said that he spoke with his folks in the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and amidst objections, he got them to cut the ceremonies down to 10 minutes.
I stand up there, the ambassador comes, he says, I'm presenting my credential here, I accept it, say thank you. We take a picture, and then we go and have a private discussion.
The charismatic General Secretary of the PPP said that he even stopped attending many of the presidential functions.
I stopped going to many of them, like the cocktail circuits and stuff like that. So at that time, I started developing a dislike, not disdain, dislike, and I still maintain that.
Mr. Jagdeo said that he cannot tell exactly when he started disliking some of the functions of the presidential office.
I don't remember exactly when it started. I can't tell you exactly when it started, but over the course of being there that I started.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. As we reported yesterday, the spat between the Route 44 minibus drivers and the minibus union continues to rage on. The union claims the drivers are just being difficult. However, the drivers themselves say they are not budging because they paid for their spot. But whenever asked, we can't seem to get a straight answer. Did they or did they not pay Town Clerk Royston King for a spot to ply their trade? Wendell Jeffrey looks for the answers in this report.
Today, Channel 2 Headline News went undercover to get the other side of the Route 44 drivers' dispute and to better understand what is causing the problems between the United Minibus Union and the industry bus drivers. It appears that race, corruption, and greed are the driving forces behind the dispute.
Yeah, industry preparation. Now here. Let me show you again. No, but hear this. UG industry. We only want to work in industry, buddy. Only in one place we want to work. We can't work one place. Some of them man pay for 2 months. You're telling us, huh? Once you pay for much, you got to pay 2 months. Yeah.
2 of the industry drivers, one going by the name of Sponge, spoke with Channel 2 Headline News but refused to agree to be on camera.
So you lock up your bus and gone? No. First thing. Why you be locked up? Yes. We apologize to you. We don't know nothing about you. We don't call you. We don't call nobody. Not me and nobody. We don't call. Because when you go up there, they can't send you. Can't call no media, no picture. So we don't know who sent you there. That's where we go on. So don't feel no way.
We caught up with the 2 drivers as they sat in their buses refusing to work. The men claimed that Ian Andrews, the minibus union president, and Mark DeLima, the union's chairman, threatened their lives. So they parked their buses in the spot that they said they paid the town clerk for, and some of them went to the Brigdam police station to make a formal complaint of threat against Andrews and DeLima. The 2 drivers at the bus park related their side of the story. The drivers admitted that they paid Town Clerk Royston King $3,500 to operate on the spot at the top of Regent Street.
But here we problem. We got whole issue. Put you in this. You federal position. You a drive an industry bus. But this post here to the front there. Don't clock you here. We pay right? $45 for each bus of them.
However, while the drivers who remained in their parked buses admitted that they paid Royston King, the town clerk, $3,500 to rent the spot on Regent Street, the drivers who were making the claims of threat against the union president and secretary told Channel 2 Headline News a completely different story. They said that they did not pay Mr. King any money.
Tell me, with the bus situation?
I asked the drivers specifically if they had paid the $3,500 to Mr. King, and this is how they responded.
So where the 3.5 come from? The drop of the air, where the number come from? So nobody didn't pay it yet? No. You have plan to pay it?
If you plan to pay it, it's the time to
So there you have it. One set of the drivers are saying that they paid the town clerk $3,500 to operate on the spot, while another set are denying that they paid Mr. King any money. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. This morning, 28-year-old GDF Captain Isan Trim of South Rhineville Gardens appeared before the Lenora Magistrates Court. Trim was charged with causing death by dangerous driving and driving under the influence. On June 17th, Trim had allegedly struck and killed Rupchand Ramkilawan at around 11:30 p.m. on the D. Willem Public Road, West Coast Demerara. He pleaded not guilty to both charges and was placed on $310,000 bail. The case was postponed to July 28th. Don't go away. Coming up after the break. Family of fugitive wishes to clear relative's name. And minibus drivers call the cops on their union's president and vice president. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Shh. Don't shush me. You're gonna kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Hey now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do this. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
Oh, we can live now.
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Welcome back. The Route 44 minibus driver dispute came to a head this morning after several operators called the police on the president and vice president of the union. Wendell Jeffrey continues his coverage of the issue in this report.
We come from a report because the guy wants to be threatening. We know. This man is been threatening a big fight down here.
Today, the industry bus drivers accused the leaders of the United Minibus Union of threatening and assaulting them. The industry drivers, all who refused to tell their story on camera, said that they were being treated unfairly by the minibus union, and so they approached the Georgetown mayor.
We asked the mayor to give me own keys for work industrially. You don't want to work industrially? If you check this, you got vice president, you got UG, you got industrial. We only have industrial and them a fight freedom state. Tell me if that's wrong.
Okay. So who want to say that on camera now? Who want to tell their side of the story? Nobody.
The complaining drivers said that Ian Andrews and Mark DeLima, the president and secretary respectively of the minibus union, ran them off the park yesterday.
You should have seen yesterday after we leave here and come over when they want to kill me. We have to go home. And we have to go home. One kill me from the car.
One of the drivers explained his side of the story.
This man and I come down very early, 6:30. right? Yesterday last, I got my bills, boss, everything to pay for. When I come in, I see a committee member. When I stop there, I take turn, I tell them, watch, me care who boss in front, I did in the line. And I take turn in the line, this man reach, when he reach, he come on the next side, when he come on the next side, he telling the boss behind me, which is a UG bus, to come round the two windows, she bus, because they got 3 spaces in front. Do you think that right? That ain't right? All we got to walk. When I explain my story, I take turn from them, and I going up in the line. You know what, hear me, they buffing up the people, yeah. That ain't fair, buddy. That ain't fair, that right?
Channel 2 headline news caught up with Andrews and DeLima as they sat in confinement at the Breakdown police station.
So you are free to go, or?
Huh? They're holding us on inquiry now.
Some allegation was made.
Channel 2 headline news was there as the rank at the Breakdown police station, Corporal Fraser, began taking the statements against the union president and secretary. Both Andrews and DeLima were charged with threatening the lives of the minibus drivers, and they were released on their own recognizance. For Channel 2 headline news, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Early this morning, the body of an unidentified male was found in the bushes at the Guyana Revenue Authority parking lot on Lamaha Street in Georgetown. Details at this point are sketchy, as the police have yet to release a name or any other relevant information relating to the case. We will bring you more information as details arise. However, you can follow this and other stories on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. On Father's Day, a dispute between two friends ended in death several days later. But according to the suspect's family, the victim wanted to bury the hatchet before he died. Esther Sobers has more in this report.
A friendly game of dominoes on Father's Day turned deadly after a scuffle ensued between two men. According to reports, 38-year-old John Chung from Sisters Village, West Bangdamwara, was pushed by the alleged suspect, 23-year-old Satish Diraj, also known as Dud, causing the man to fall into a nearby drain, resulting in him hitting his head. The semi-conscious Chung was taken to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where he received several stitches. After being released from the hospital, friends and family members thought Chung was recovering, but now everyone is in a state of shock after learning Chung succumbed to his head injuries. At the dead man's residence, family members were making preparation for his burial. Chung's mother is still seeking answers as to how her son met his demise, as the suspect Diraj is on the run. However, according to the suspect's grandmother, when Chun was released from the hospital, he had wanted to settle the matter.
I said, I'm on the bridge and me he attack, and he said I wouldn't get a little, some kind of $1,000 story, and them two there push Matty, and he push and he fall along. And then knock it on some bridge or something. And then go with the hospital. So he get 10 stitch. So I said, well, what's wrong with you and he? He said, you know, I no story or no problem, and so that let's see what you can do for you. Well, my father pay the people and for carry the car, man. I mean, I think he come from work and he talk to you and so, and me know he tell you the Satish. Talk to the same boy you were dead.
He was talking to him in the hospital?
Yes, he talked to you, and we know what's the decision the two of them make.
They made a decision in the hospital?
No, right there up on this road here. He left the hospital and then he come home. And some decision, I don't know if they make any decision between two, I don't know where they talk or what. But he tell me that he don't want no story because it's a little argument and to get for some kind of $1,000.
According to Bibi Abdul, after her grandson learnt of his friend's death, he left his apartment, which he occupies in the backyard.
He say if he come home now and meet the people and come here, my grandmother coming, my mother coming tonight. And if you give some of it, I don't know if I've seen anyway, like come and I'll see what will happen. Right?
John Chun, a father of 3, was a former worker of the Wales Sugar Estates. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. This morning, a man was committed to stand trial at the High Court for attempting to kill his ex-lover. It is alleged that 46-year-old Cleveland Williams of 70 Durban Street Lodge had unlawfully and maliciously wounded Lashana Bino with intent to murder her on April 17, 2018. The prosecution stated that from the evidence presented in the court for the virtual complaint, a prima facie has been established. Magistrate Judy Latchman noted that sufficient evidence was presented for a prima facie to be established for Williams to be committed to stand trial in the High Court. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Tobago House of Assembly Secretary presents $4.8 billion budget, and bank closure in India leaves thousands of sex workers without financing options. But first, here's this week's bridge retraction schedule.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. And in Trinidad and Tobago, the Tobago House of Assembly Finance and Economy Secretary, Joel Jack, presented a $4.8 billion budget into the Tobago House of Assembly on Monday under the theme, Reengineering for Growth and Expansion. Here's C News with more.
THA Secretary of Finance and the Economy Joel Jack presented a $4.8 billion budget in the Tobago House of Assembly earlier today. Its theme, Reengineering for Growth and Expansion.
The recount estimates for fiscal 2019 totals $3.2 billion. Disaggregated personal expenditure $901.2 million.
Developmental estimates totaled $1.38 billion. Mr. Jack's presentation, which lasted 2 hours, saw the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development with the largest estimates for fiscal 2019.
$3 million. Finance and Economy, $264.4 million. Tourism, Culture and Transportation, $381.1 million. Education, Innovation and Energy, $486.6 million. Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor, $123.2 million.
Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities received $35.4 million, while Sport and Youth Affairs got $97 million. Developmental programs, URP and CPEP, received $70 million and $54.1 million, respectively. The Tobago House of Assembly is hoping it will be granted what it asks for when the national budget is read in September.
And in international news, a bank for Mumbai's sex workers has had to shut, leaving almost 5,000 women without banking options, as often they lack documents to open accounts in mainstream banks. BBC News reports from India.
बैंक में नहीं जाते हमारे औरत लोग। बैंक में अभी जो औरत लोग जाते हैं तो इंसर्ट करते हैं उधर। अभी भी गवर्नमेंट बैंक में तुरंत हमारा खाता नहीं निकलता है क्योंकि हमारे पास खुद का घर नहीं है। कभी बोलेंगे लाइट बिल लेके आओ, कभी बोलेंगे आधार कार्ड लेके आओ। जो घर है उसका ही प्रूफ बन सकता है, जो हम गरीबों का प्रूफ नहीं बन सकता। बचा के लेके गया। पहला जो बैंक था तभी 60,000 रुपये कोई इसमें रखा, कोई 5 लाख रुपए रखा, कोई फिक्स में रखा था। बहुत सी भी औरत लोग आती।
जब से ये बैंक बंद हो गया ना तब से हम लोग को भी तकलीफ होने लगा। अगर इधर तुम रख के 500,000 रुपये रख के भी चला जाएगा, कोई आके लेके भी जाएगा। यहाँ पे मतलब अपने पास रख देती हूँ, फिर छुपा के वो क्या रख देती।
Here's the weather for the week. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your home, and do have a blessed evening.